It is hard to imagine leaving our house. It is even harder to seeing our city break apart, quite literally. But this is the reality 223 families of Joshimath are seeing, rather living every day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rhythm Sharma and you're watching The Talking Point. Today, the point in question revolves around sustainable development. And to discuss that, we have on our panel Ms. Chaitra KB. Chaitra is an assistant professor at the BJS School of Architecture and she's an urban designer as well. For those of you watching us from Bangalore, you might remember Mr. Vijay Nishant as the tree doctor. He has done incredible work time and again. Mr. Urlash Kumar is a filmmaker and he has been researching on grey wolves. Nishant, I will start with you. If I were to ask you in 10 seconds, what are your views on the Joshimath crisis?
No, it's a very very bad actually. What has happened? Even though so much of things were knowing that the data was there, and knowingly we are like putting everybody into the danger, and that is a bad thing to happen.
Very greediness, I would say. So that is something has led or leaded this act, I would say.
It was a disaster waiting to happen, according to me. Over the years, we were expecting it. And there was also predictions also in terms of astrologically also. We were waiting for the next Himalayan disaster, earthquake. Yes. And it was already expected. And the kind of development, what happened in the last few months with the Charmat road and the NTPC projects. So this was disaster waiting to happen.
So somewhere we lack in terms of when you are taking a decision, when you're a decision maker, you need to be very sensitive in terms of what would happen in future, not just see the today present day, because you need to leave this earth for our next generations also.
But that is
so you need to think about it and then plan.
And how these projects are written now, like I'm seeing in Western Ghats, Karnataka itself, we have 27 projects. All are disasters waiting to happen. And all these, so if you look at the DPR is ready sometimes only after the project is commissioned. And they start destroying even before the project is sanctioned. Then they'll say, we cut so many trees. We have been seeing this. Like Nishant also will tell you, we are so much time spending in the courts than doing our environment work. We are running from High Court to Supreme Court, and this is what is a constant thing happening for us. Our lives are, destroyed by going to courts. And they don't take people's opinion at all.
And also, the second part is, of course, you need to consider the existing condition of the land. And next comes the designers, because definitely they're trained to, be sensitive and then, act on it. So they have to be involved in the entire process till the end. Where do they implement? So till then they have to be, involved. That's when I guess these kind of, disasters will reduce. And especially in our case, in Indian cities, it's all organically developed. So it's a lot surgeries. You're not completely going and doing a new city. So when you're doing a new city, it's easy. You design and then you put people, but it's not in our case, it's not that. So it's organically developed and you're going and doing a lot of surgeries. So you need to be very delicate with the existing condition, people. You need to consider every aspect, all the layers you need to consider and then act. So not act and then think.
So, 50 years back, there was a report, MC Mishra Committee report, which, highlighted the vulnerabilities of the area and the consequences it has warned us against those. So how do you think that, it has helped in intensifying the crisis even more, the negligence?
So see, like if you see all the interview, whatever the interviews or television came, even on the common people, they were knowing this is going to happen. They even cautioned it before some years, the authorities and all. They kept telling it actually it's a overloading. Things are building, the bigger buildings are coming, pressure is happening, and there is a lot of things are happening around it actually. And the Joshimath is located in a zone V of Indian seismic zonotic scheme, which is a high risk area. It is very clear. Okay, and there was a Mishra report is also for 40 years and everything. They had sufficient things and everything. Even though knowing it actually, even people did not question very strongly. That has It routed them. This is what we keep telling. Whenever as a citizen I come as an expert or whenever 10 people coming together from the different thing, we wanted the welfare of the society and saving them actually. When people itself is not taking care of it actually, not understanding, such things happens. And this is the major point because there is a charge, the Pitas was there actually. It is a very, very religious and very, very important for India also. I live with all the people who are staying Joshimath. Did the other people did not have that value system, the whatever the place has the value? Did not look into it actually? When we are asking it for some this kind of a what a destruction of the mountain and the forest and everything, and this is what we kept telling it actually. It is not particularly one part we are asking. We are asking for the holistic solution. Now even we believe in Shiva and everything. That Pita was very important as a knowledge wise and everything, subjective knowledge wise. Now that entire thinking, seeking, sinking, you're even killing the belief system of the people over there. Now what you are bringing this bigger, you put up the sustainable development and nobody is there to put this bar, like where the development will stop.
So, just not Joshimath, I'd also like to bring in discussion the Great Nicobar development, which was proposed in 2021, and it is worth 75,000 crore rupees, and it is set to destroy around 12 to 20 hectares of mangrove cover. So, say 15 years from now, how do you think it is going to impact the island life?
Not just the island life, it will just bring in a lot of tsunamis into the Bay of Bengal. Because right now we are talking about climate change and the entire western coast is likely to disappear. And all whatever you're seeing in the news and channels is basically they are just delaying the facts. Whatever has to happen by 2030, they'll tell 2060. So whatever you can see in COP meetings, whatever is happening. So by taking off mangroves, we are seeing what happened to Mumbai, for example. So if mangroves are gone in the Nicobars, the Chennai and all the cities in the east coast will be really battered with more cyclones. Actually, what climate change has done is we are actually reduced the intensity of the rain. We have increased the intensity of the rain and reduced the number of rainy days. And we are going from monsoon based rain to cyclone based rains. So this mangrove, when it goes, you're going to see how it is going to kill people and kill all the food what we are going to eat. South India depends on Western Ghats for water. So what we have seen is Kerala 2018 floods. Now we have seen the Kodagu, what happened. Yeah. And this year, Shimoga, Agumbe, everything is going on. So, and the projects here, especially, is much more than what is there in the Himalayas. 27 projects only in Karnataka.
Hubli Ankola have it. This day we have it. So what I'm trying to say, no? See, that is a Joshimath suddenly because you know the end of the thing.
Yeah, also it's a tourist destination, so we have a lot of hotels developing in the area.
So no, that is what we kept telling for another Mangaluru, no? Whenever the holidays comes, no, you see all the people are going there actually. They don't even have the sensitivity, that is the sensitive zones and everything. Even the governments are not controlling it actually.
What do you think are the urban planning or development factors that has led to the incident in Joshimath?
See, first thing is there are certain policies which, usually they don't follow. That's where we lack. Everything we do, and the end of the day, if you don't implement it, so definitely you're going to see all such disasters. Even in case of, the same incident. So definitely they had a lot of policies which they have, bypassed and they have done. So if they had followed, I understand there is a development required for the people's survival. Where when you see these Bali and there are certain, tourist places which entirely their life depends on a visitor. But how sensitively they plan eco-friendly tourism. So even here, there are certain skills which you can teach people and then still, they can make their livelihood. So you need not to destroy certain things, So that the place need not to be one more Delhi or Bombay. You need not to give something very similar. What is suitable to particular land type, you just follow the same. In terms of construction, in terms of
analysis before building any project is required.
Always, that we say there should be a down to top development process. What we do in our system, previously it used to be bottom up. No. Top down. So where decision is taken, then they implement. No. Always in terms of planning, you need to consider on ground data, get all the data clear, what people want, and then go on to the top. So once you start, reverse the process, automatically you will, end up, I would say, in a better position. Lot of disasters in terms of everything, everything is taken care of because you have a on ground data and on ground requirement analysis is set, and then you are proposing. Especially when it is a sensitive zone, they have strict rules and regulations and policies. I'm very sure it's not. Definitely.
So
One
we'll
of the
park
element-
this point here and we'll take a quick break and come back shortly. Stay with us. You're watching The Talking Point. Welcome back. You're watching The Talking Point. Starting from where we left. So, Chacha, tell me, how do you think that, it highlights the incident in Joshimath, highlights the larger issues related to development in eco-sensitive zones?
First is yes, in terms of planning, previously whatever the policies were given and plan was given, they should have followed. Or else it's definitely, they knew this was going to happen and it has led. So it's not a surprise. So one is you need to follow it up, and now how can you balance it? How can you, reduce? I don't think so you're going to reduce, but at least the future, you can little bit cautiously take steps, I would say.
Preventive
So,
measures.
Yeah, preventive measures, what you can take. That's something, again, please, involve all the planners, designers, and also activists, people who are into the ecosystem. They know, take their help. So I guess government should start open up their eyes and get people who know about the ecological part, or people who are involved in the planning, because they know how to handle it and they know what can be the best. Not necessarily always you look into the money part, but also in a long run, how can you survive? How the place can survive? So you need to see this as a long run and then take measure, certain steps, I would suggest.
So, moving on to you. So, what do you think, in your opinion, should go into policy formulation stage?
According to me, all the policies are there.
There.
Only thing we don't
Follow.
follow. it.
It's the implementation.
Yeah. Environment destruction is a very profitable business, and that they work on that principle, and they make money out of it. They will not, and also name and fame. If you take the current government, they go also with the fame. You need the charge them role. Environment laws will not allow you to do that. So bypass that and do something. Pay money, pay the contractors, and go from public hearing.
And,
Don't have public hearings.
Yes, here to add, sir,
Yes.
I guess instead of giving your projects to contractors, please give it to a person, who is eligible, like engineers. They have been trained, and also make sure the quality check at every step. Quality check is something very important, this contract is done, it's given to them, I'll sit quiet. No, you need to do a quality check. That's where, we
We
also
need more
lack.
professionals,
Yes.
experience in that
Yes,
field.
Yes, and also a cross checking at every stage. It has to be checked.
But see, when all that happens, when you really want to do a good project, but when you really look at money and fame, these are all sidelines. They give the contractors who are very close to them politically and everything, and they do all the destruction.
Nishant, how do you see the public's role in development in eco-sensitive zones? Because we know, resistance from public is always helpful
Yeah.
to stop such
Yeah.
huge developmental projects, which
Yeah.
will, in turn,
No,
destroy their
see,
houses.
at the end of the day, it comes to the common eyes only, actually. They can only ask the question. But the problem is, as I told, because of the 3 years, we were all not able to protest and everything because the COVID is there. The infection might have, because we took a conscious decision that we'll not bring the people onto the ground, so it can threat their life. That's why we went to the courts and everything, actually. And I'm so happy to tell you, recently the Hisarghatta 5,000 acres where we wanted to be declared as a conservation. It's only the people, like a collective people, we came together and we can challenge the government, and it is today given to the public consultation, actually. When people should not take it as an environmentist and all, no, we are against the development. That is completely wrong. See, what we are asking it, no, they should clearly understand. When the metro was happening, actually, when the one big tree was standing it, We went, we crowdfunded it, we shifted it when nobody came. And that's how that metro is moved. So what we are telling is, no, before they never used to give for the the projects, they never used to show, and there never used to be a public concern. That's how we went to the court, and we are getting it today. All the projects are moving it actually. When we are asking, no, the people and the political class and all, they should be more responsible. They're behaving as if it is they're nobody to care. It's all it came to the only because of the people actually. Now you are rather than behaving as a servant, you're dictating everything. Doesn't work actually. Somewhere outcome will be not the same thing. What we are asking it, people should not keep away from it. They should ask the right questions, and it has to happen continuously, consistently, and that is the only way.
So, as we discussed with our panelist, more planning, public consultation needs to go before, developing these huge mega projects in areas which are already very vulnerable. So, thank you for watching The Talking Point, and for more discussion, keep watching CityCast.